Thanks for joining us for another Magboy Creations video. Those of you that grew up in the 80s may recognize what this is. It's not Lego, but it's like Lego. And this Robotix was a motorized modular building system put out by Milton Bradley in 1984. In fact, the company sold this product for 10 years to 1994. This was very similar to Erector Sets and K'Nex at the time. It included mechanical motors, there were wheels, there were pincers, there was a cockpit, and you could see 6 basic designs on the front of the box, and then there was an instruction guide that gave you an opportunity to build other types of designs. This series is the R2000. There were only 4 series that were produced for Robotix back in the day. Now each of the 4 series were predicated on a particular character that came from the Robotix show, which was released in 1985. And this was shown on what was called Super Sunday, back when I was a kid. It consisted of a series of 15 6-minute shorts that aired at the same time some other popular cartoons were aired in the 1980s, like Jem and the Holograms, Inhumanoids, Bigfoot and the Muscle Machines. Now, Robotix did not have the same success as the other shows, so it was canceled only after 1 season. However, in 1986, Marvel Comics had produced a single-issue comic book which roughly followed the storyline of the first 3 episodes of the series. And then in 1987, the 15 6-minute shorts were compiled together and released on video as Robotix the Movie. It was a 90-minute feature film directed by Wally Burr, and it was released on DVD July 28, 2003. And the series actually followed a conflict between the peaceful Protectons and the warmongering Terrorkors. I wanted to show you a couple parts up close, and they're all octagon shape, which means 8 sides. There's a male and female end, and they just interlock like so. And they had 90-degree bends, flat plates, longer straights. This is actually a T-section. So they had multiple different styles that you can interlock and use to build different creations. And back in the 80s, this particular component was considered quality for the time. It was heavy plastic with well-rounded corners. This is one of the motors from the set. Actually, it's motor number 3. And yes, the set did come with a lot of stickers. Now, these are powered off of a battery-operated base, and they use these particular cords. There is a positive and negative end, and then this side will plug into the motor, and these posts will plug into the control panel, which is controlled by batteries. And this is where the power will feed in, and this is your rotation or the electronic piece that moves. And this just snaps into one of those pieces I just showed you, and you'd be able to rotate whatever it is you wanted to use. I had put together a small construction just to showcase some of the different components that can be controlled. And over here, this is the control module, again with a lot of stickers. There's 5 bays, but you only get 4 cords and 4 motors, so there is room for some expansion. Now we do have this black cable which actually connects to the power base, and that is this, and this is where your batteries exist. The bottom just snaps off, and this takes like 6 D batteries. Now you do get surprising life for the size battery and the length of time that you can control things, because there isn't a lot of power that's used. The pieces that I chose to include for you today would be a revolving cockpit, the Argus head with the jaws that open and close, and a walker, meaning we can control the front apparatus where it can move forward and back. The rear legs just have wheels on the bottom of the feet, and they'll roll with the rest of the device. Now, to control the engines, you would simply press up to move in one direction or down to move in the other direction, and these items will make noise because they are, motors. And and they're not confined, they're in open space. Now number 1 is going to be our walker feet, so I am going to get the device to move backwards and forwards. Now you can switch the direction just by alternating the plug. So if we wanted up to go forward and down to go backward, we would just simply unplug this piece here and turn it around so the posts are in reverse order. Now for number 2, this will control our cockpit on the top, and it just does a 360 spin all the way around. Now I don't have the character that came in this set because this is very old, and for some reason I lost him. I did check all of my old Lego pieces and containers, but I have not been able to find the character. Now there is one place he may be, and as we clean up and pack for our move, we may find him, but I think that he's long gone. And number 3, the motor for this one is actually hidden inside the mouth of Argus, and if we do this, we can see him open his jaws and of course close the jaws. I'll do it again. We'll open his jaws and close his jaws. This is just a closer look at the instruction booklet that comes with this series. If we open it up, you can see there's the Argus Explorer with our main character. It gives you a map or a layout of how the controls work, how to input the batteries, how to connect the power plugs, and then just an instructional on how the octagon pieces interlock. What I didn't show you were the wheels that came with this set. There's also a pair of pincers, which is demonstrated right here, and those are just claws that kind of go like this. They did give you a map such as this, where you have a number of different types of builds, and they do have the piece layouts up here, tells you what you need, and of course the way that it goes together. Here are the other sets that you can get. Up on top is the R1000 series. This is Venturak. Down here is the 2000 series, which was Argus. That's the one that I have that we just saw. And on the back side, this is the R1500 series, which is Bront, who was another good guy. And then down on the bottom is the R1100 series, which actually has a lot of black pieces, and that was Tyrannix. We hope you enjoyed our review of this older 1980s play set by Milton Bradley called Robotix. We'd be interested to know if you had this set when you were a kid, or maybe you still have this set. Please leave a thumbs up if you'd like the video, and select that subscribe button so we could send you other reviews. Thanks for taking the time to watch today. We'll talk to you soon.